You know, I can't say enough about these guys, especially these seniors. We came out, and I thought, you know, credit UAB, they did a great job being very aggressive, and we, on the other hand, were passive, I thought, especially offensively, and didn't play to our game plan at all. So at halftime, you know, we just talked about really buckling down and getting stops. We were getting out-rebounded at halftime, and we all know that when it gets to this time of year, if you don't defend and rebound, that, you know, you probably won't win. So I give a lot of credit to them. They really dug down deep and came back. We challenged them not to watch the scoreboard, to just really play every possession, and they did that.
All right, open up for questions.
Coach, could you see early on in the half, I mean, it seemed like you started the half, 2 or 3 girls dove on the floor right away, and you could see a little more sense of urgency?
Yeah, we did, because we talked about the fact, the first half, that UAB was out hustling us. They just beat us to every loose ball, and we didn't give ourselves a chance. So we really talked about that at halftime and emphasized that we've got to do everything that we can to go get every ball that's loose, go get every rebound, and they did that.
Coach, put that first half in context. How bad was it offensively?
It was bad. It was pretty bad. You know, Chelsie Wiley was 0 for 7. How often does that happen? And again, I thought you were looking at the top 2 defensive teams in the league. UAB is the top team statistically, team defense, and we're number 2. So we knew that it would be a defensive battle. You know, having 12 points at halftime, I don't know when's the last time that's happened to us, but we weren't executing offensively. We were taking quick shots and poor shots, and you know, the second half we came out and we were a lot more aggressive. I thought the first half we weren't aggressive, we didn't attack, and we did that in the second half.
Danae, can you contrast the mood at halftime with the mood after the game? What was the 2 differences?
Just our intensity. I mean, when we went into the second half, we went into the locker room, Coach gave us a speech that just, it made us shake and tremble, just like about taking our jerseys and how we wouldn't be able to come back and play. In the second half, we just played with a sense of urgency and a lot more intensity, and that's what I think changed the game.
We have to credit Kelly, because she came back. She came in second half and brought a lot of energy.
Yeah, she did.
Chelsie, you talked about, I mean, you were going through one of those rough nights, but you took the shot that put you guys into the lead for good. I mean, is that, you've talked about just having a short memory?
Yeah, that's basically what shooters have to have, is a short memory, and I just knew the next shot that I was going to take was going in. So.
In the last 5 minutes, their only 2 field goals were kind of miracles. How good was your defense the last 5 minutes anyway?
Well, Coach always emphasizes getting one stop, back-to-back stops, and that's what we just went the mindset as a 30-second game, and we're just going to get this one stop. And
Trusting each other.
Yeah, trusting each other, trusting that we know that somebody's going to be there to help us on the screen or ball pressure as well. And when that girl shot the shot, I mean, there's really nothing we could do. So it was just, we just knew we played good defense, and we just didn't worry about it because we knew we were going to go down and knock free throws.
Pat, I think you had all 15 years in the second half. Were you just more aggressive?
Like she said, Coach got on us in halftime. It was like a sense of urgency, and everybody was trembling and shaking, and it was like a sense of urgency, like I said.
Coach, you had a 10-point comeback against Tulane. This was the biggest comeback. Have you ever been in a situation like this where you went through a first half like that?
I can't remember when, and I don't want to be in another one. You know, so I told them that that's it for this year. We don't need to be in another one, especially tomorrow. But you know, that to me, it just shows that it's a testament to how much they trust each other and how much they believe in each other. You know, we talked about afterwards, we didn't know how it was going to happen, but we trusted that it would happen. And you know, it's a great feeling, and you know, something that we can enjoy for a few hours and then get ready for the next one.
Do you think there was any kind of rust? You've been off for a week. You had a bye. Did that play into the first half at all?
No, I think the first games of the tournament are always difficult. You know, UAB had 1 game under their belt, and you know, would we take a bye versus playing the first day? Absolutely, we'll take the bye every time. But that's the thing that you have to worry about a little bit as coaches. Is, you know, this is our first time out. We've had some great practices. So I knew that we were prepared, you know, as far as game plan, and these guys look great shooting the ball. I think Chelsie shot all her bullets today because she didn't miss and shoot around in practice yesterday. So, but, you know, it's always, the first game's tough, and, you know, especially to get down the hole like that. Sometimes a lot of teams will get tight, and we didn't. There's no reason. We had nothing to lose. So it's a deal where we just had to keep plugging and keep fighting.
You ever remember a 12-point half before?
No, I absolutely don't, and I don't want to remember another one.
Danae, you and Chelsie have talked about sense of urgency, that this is it for you guys. I mean, how much did you want to redeem yourself in the second half?
I don't even know how to explain it. We just decided that we just gonna play for Jelly because Jelly would die to be on that court, and she's one of our fellow classmates that's been with us since the beginning. So we're just like, we're not gonna give up on her, and we're not gonna give up on our teammates, and we want to live to fight another day. And we just came together as one and did that.
Coach, take out the opening 20 minutes tonight, but over the last 5 or so weeks, the winning streak, what's been kind of the one or two constants with this team?
Our defense and rebounding got a lot better, especially rebounding. I think that's the one area that we've improved on. In the month of February, we got a lot better. We looked at our statistics. January, we were 4-4 in the league, and then February, in the one game in March, 8-0. And when we looked at the stats, rebounding-wise, and our defensive field goal percentage was down a lot. So our defense was better, and that's been the one constant. And all these guys have bought into that. So that's been, what we focused on.
What clicked to the point where those numbers came down? Do you think they just finally were getting it, or?
Yeah, I think we had a little come to Jesus meeting, I guess you can call it, after January was over, going into February, because these guys have been here, and sometimes you look up and you don't realize it's the end of your career, and how did they want to leave? How did they envision the ending? And we wanted them to physically, to see that, and did they see it ending like it did last year? And they didn't want that to happen. So it started with the seniors, and then everybody else wanted to rally around them and do what it took to win, and it's defense and rebounds all day long.
Who spoke at halftime?
That's the last
Just
question.
you, or was it you and Coach Brown? Any players speak at halftime?
It's all her.
Today, it was all her. I spoke at halftime, just me.
That's all we needed. That's for real. It's like a hurricane.
Thank you.